Hi vlog, welcome back to another episode of Two Stories. I hope you guys enjoy our series so far. Today you guys are getting ready with me. So I've already done the base products already, but I'm gonna show you guys just some of the products that I use, and I will definitely do a separate video for the detailed process of all the products that I use. So we can get started with the makeup today, because today we are doing my signature smoky eye. So I like to start with my favorite hydrating mist. We are actually obsessed with this product. You can actually use it not only on makeup, but just on your everyday. I like to use it after spa sessions as well, just when your face is feeling so moist, and you can just spray it. So we're gonna do that. It has a minty smell and feel to it, so it's really good. You guys should try it out. Once that sits in, we're gonna go in with this MAC powder. I've seen this trick from one of my iconic role models, Lori Harvey. It helps to set the foundation really well, so I like to apply powder after the hydrating mist, and also gives like a matte feel to your face, so it's not really oily once you're applying the foundation on. I can't really find the shade on this at the moment, but it's a Studio Fix Perfecting Powder. MAC is one of my favorite products, obsessed. Been using them for a very long time, actually, about 4-5 years now. So when applying the powder, make sure you go all through your neck too, because I feel like some people tend to forget the neck part of their face. So you just, after blending in all the powder, as you can see, it gives that matte look to it. And then another trick that I saw, I'm gonna go in with the long-lasting setting spray from Urban Decay. I've been using it for about 6 months now, and I love this product. It just makes the makeup look so good. So you can use it before you apply the foundation, and then you can also use it after the makeup is done. So we're just gonna spray it now. And now we're just gonna let it sit, and then we're gonna apply the foundation. So next we're gonna have the foundation, and I like to mix it on this little glass thing. I got it from somewhere, just because I don't like putting the product on my skin. Sometimes it dirtifies the outfit that I'm already wearing. For instance, today I can not have it stick to the fit. So I like to mix 2 shades of MAC Studio Fix foundation. I love this foundation because it has an SPF 15, which is good when you're out in the sun. And also it's really hard to find like a foundation color that's perfect for your skin. So most of the time you have to mix the 2 shades together. So this is shade NC 44.5 and NC 45. You can see one's darker and one's lighter than the other. So I'm just gonna mix them over here, and then we're gonna apply it. So now I have mixed the 2 shades together, and I've separated them, and I'm gonna tell you why in a bit. And I'm now just gonna go ahead and mix them with the tip, as you can see, just to form that shade that's perfect for my skin. Because if I apply the 2 shades separately, one's usually too light, one's usually too dark, and I don't like the look of it. So I like to mix these 2 together with a tip. Now we're gonna apply it. So I like to go in with my favorite brush. I used to use a lot of sponges before, but they used to cause a lot of creasing on my skin. So I prefer brushes because they also really blend well. So I'm just gonna pat it all over my face. And remember, less is more. So I don't usually like put the foundation on my face and then spread it with the brush. I like to just take a bit and then you know, spread it on my face. That way I don't have too much foundation on my face. I don't like too much foundation on my face. So now we're just gonna spread it all over. And as you can see, the skin tone matches the one on my face when I mix these two shades together. Perfect. Now that the foundation has settled in, I'm going to mix the second part with this Aucoin face illuminator. I've just recently started using this just because I normally go for a matte look. Even when I do makeup for my clients and friends, I go for a matte look because with matte you don't really have to worry about oily skin or, you know, coming off too oily on camera. It's just very matte. But I'm currently obsessed with this new trend of this glowy, you know, a little flushed up skin. So today we're gonna have a glowy face. So I'm gonna go in and mix this face illuminator with the second part of the foundation, just a little bit. It just gives this glow and shine to your skin, and I love it. So we're gonna mix that. So now that that's mixed, I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush and I'm just gonna apply a bit of that to the parts of the face that the light hits the most. So that's your forehead, the highlight of your face, that's where your cheekbone is, like the, you know, and then right here below the chin, and a little bit on your nose, just where the light hits the most. So just a little bit of that, and we're gonna go in and just tap while you blend it. I've just recently started using this, and I can tell you that when you're taking photos, especially in the sun, oh my god, you will be obsessed with the glow. So you see the difference? Kind of gives that glow that, you know, makes someone look at you twice. Okay, so now I'm just gonna highlight it on the other parts of my face, right there. Oh my god, love, love, love. You know, the fun part about stumbling onto new products is you give them a try and then they work, and then you're like, oh yeah, new product in my wardrobe. That's me in makeup usually. I just like trying new things and just seeing what works with my face, and I'm really happy with, you know, the products that I have now and the products that I keep stumbling upon. Most of the time I just go out of my comfort zone and just ask people or makeup artists, what do they use? Like, they give a really good makeup look, and I'm like, oh my god, I love the skin on this model, what did you use? And they just send me links and I'm like, whoa, let's do it. Next, I like to go in with NYX Wonderstick. It has the contour and a highlight, so it's double-sided, but I like to just use the contour. And it's also really hard to find one that's really matching on your skin. So I like to highlight these parts of my face. Just draw. Because when you're contouring, it will lift your face. So we're gonna highlight the parts of the face that need to be lifted. I always recommend not drawing this very low on your face. Like, don't draw it very low because it's going to push your face down and you don't want that. So we're just gonna highlight the parts of the face that need lifting. Sometimes I put around here to lift my face. And a little bit around here. Just add a little bit more here. And now we're gonna blend it out. So first I like to blend it out with a sponge and then go finish it out with a brush. So we're just gonna blend it out now. So my story as a makeup artist is quite funny actually. It started when I was a little younger. I was around 8, 9 years old. And back then I didn't really have my own makeup stuff. And so I used to use color pencils for makeup. I used to just wet them in water. You know how like you can wet a color pencil in water just to accentuate the colors? And then one day mom found me doing that and she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm doing my makeup, because I used to like take, for instance, blue color and then wet it in water just on my saliva and then just apply it on my eyelids. And she was like, oh no, you're gonna get cancer if you do that. And I was like, but I love makeup, I love colors. Because when I was younger, I did take a lot of art classes. So makeup has always been really fun. And I used to just see mom with red lip or pink lip. She didn't really put any colors on her eyelids, but I just loved to see color and beauty. And I was like, I want to be a woman. So I used to use these colors, and when she found me doing that, she was like, no, you cannot use colors. So once she went on a trip and she got me my first palette from L'Oréal Paris. I think it was the best day of my life because it had colors that were totally not matching my skin. You know, it only took until recently when Fenty had a diversity of colors for all skin types, but before it wasn't like this. It wasn't the case. But I was happy either way. I was just using it. It was my first actual makeup. So, well, I always think it's a funny story. But you always have to start from somewhere, I guess. So now we're just gonna blend it again and blend it more with a brush. So I got a little carried away and I blended it all out. But the trick to blending is to pull your face up. Never blend towards your neck. Pull it up, because that's gonna define how your makeup looks. So with the chin, you always have to blend it because it's going to give you that sharp jawline. And I like to blend it around here as well, just to not have those two different colors. This is why I really like using a brush, because it's really good with blending in comparison to sponges, in my opinion. And then towards the cheekbone, I like to just tap. Oh, that is lovely. I like to just tap upwards, just give that cheekbone effect. Then, as you can see, blended perfectly well. So now we are going to go to the next step. If you're not sure if the colors are going well together, just always find shades that you can mix together, because I know it's really difficult sometimes to find like the perfect contour color. So just mix two shades together and see what fits right to you. Remember, when in doubt, blend it out. Next step, we are gonna go in with the MAC bronzing powder. Like I said, MAC is one of my favorites. It is my favorite actually. And the shade here is, I can't find the shade, Refined Golden Bronzing Powder. I usually don't really pay attention when I go for the bronzing. I actually ordered this online. There's this site where you could actually put a photo of yourself, or on camera, and it picks a shade for you. For me, it's actually super accurate. I'm going to write down the link to where I bought this one, but it is a beautiful color. So I'm just gonna go into where I put the liquid contour. Just remember to tap the brush before you put it on your face, just to avoid a lot of fallout, especially when you're already in your outfit. So I'm just gonna go in and just highlight the parts that I just applied and blended in the liquid contour. It's just gonna give that shape, you know, that definition on your skin. And we want that, don't we? You want to smile, and then you can so I'm just gonna highlight on those parts very lightly because we're gonna use it again. And then a little bit on the nose. This is so exciting for me. Like, I don't do makeup that often, but most recently I'm just really trying new looks, and it's so exciting. It's such an exciting journey because practice makes perfect. Most people are ask like, oh my god, how did you get this confidence on camera? Or, you know, you don't just wake up and have the confidence on camera. You have to do it every time to get good at it or perfect at it. So practice does make perfect, as the saying goes. So now that we have highlighted our contour, we're going to move on to concealing. I'm going to go in with MAC Studio Fix 24-hour concealer. I've also been using this for a very long time. There are two shades because during the summer when you can get a little more tanned, I like to go for the darker one, and during the winter I like to go for the lighter. So now I'm just gonna use the darker shade, but I'm gonna use this applicator. It's too complicated to watch, so I'm just gonna apply it on my face. I'm just gonna go in with a concealer and once again just tap a bit of it. I don't like to apply too much, and just highlight the bits of my face. I love this brush because it is shaped in a way that allows you to just draw through your eyes really nicely. I do sometimes finish it off with a sponge just to give that sharpness. But for now, I'm just gonna apply it with a brush. And then I like to just conceal that part of my nose too. Just okay, so now I like to go in with a sponge and then just conceal upwards because the look I'm doing today is a smoky look and I need a very lifted eye. I did most part. Again, I got carried away. But now that we're done with that, we're gonna go in and conceal the eyelids. I like to do that just to like set the makeup really nicely, the eyeshadow. So I like to go in, and you know that there was before we did a lot on our eyebrows, but there's a trend these days where you just brush up your eyebrows with gel and you don't really conceal that much. So for now I'm just gonna conceal my eyelids and maybe sharpen the eyebrows a little bit, but this just helps to set the eyeshadow. So I've just gone ahead and outlined my eyebrows as well, just to give that very sharp look. I haven't applied any eyebrow gel yet, but I'm just gonna outline it for now. And when I outline it, I don't like to see the vivid line of the concealer. So I just like to like tap and spread it and just make sure like it blends well, so it just looks like a natural sharp eyebrow. Right now there's actually like a trend to very thick brushed up eyebrows, so I'm not really tweezing my eyebrows anymore. Most of the time I just like to shape them and then conceal them very naturally, so it doesn't look like a very drawn eyebrow, you know? I love it. I love a natural look. Next, I like to go in with the same MAC powder that I was using in the beginning. And this is just to prep my face for eyeshadow. I recommend this because you don't want the fallouts to fall on your concealer, because it will be really hard to rub off. It will just spread on your face. So you put powder on so that when it falls out, it's really just easy to wipe it off. So I just like to go in and I need to like repurchase this every time I go into the mall buying a new makeup product, and then I go back into my wardrobe and get ready, and then I realize there's something else that's done and I have to go back and forth all the time. So I've developed a habit of just writing down the things that I want to purchase before, like 2-3 days before, so I don't have to go back and forth all the time. So I'm just gonna go and highlight those parts of the face that I had my concealer on, and it's just gonna make the powder set really well too. And on the sometimes I like to highlight my eye line here, top part of my eye. So now I'm gonna use 3 of my favorite brushes, and we're gonna go in for the smoky look. And I'm gonna use my Morphe palette that has the most amazing neutral colors. You know, I don't like to go with a lot of colors most of the time. I really like neutral colors, neutral, you know, this very natural look. And I really love the Morphe palette because it has the best colors of my choice. So we're gonna go in with a little bit of brown and a little bit of black, and just to give it that very nice smoky look. I'm gonna start with this shade, this brown shade right here, and then I'm gonna blend it in with something a little bit darker, just a mixture of brown tones. So we're gonna start with this shade right here. And remember, when you're taking in the product, you have to just pat it so to not allow a lot of fallout on your face. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that with this, and then I'm just gonna go into the outer corner of my eye, and then I'm just gonna move it towards the inner corner. So just pat it. I'm gonna take a little bit more. So now that I've done the outer corner of my eye, I'm gonna go in with the same shade, brown, and they don't have names unfortunately, but I'm just gonna go into the inner corner of my eye. So I kind of like to just tap the same brush. Just do that for both eyes. Just tap in there because it's gonna create a really lovely shape, and we do want the smoky eye, so we're going into both corners of the eye. I get most of my makeup inspiration from social media, and that is Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I love the works of Dana Shin, Lydia Fowler, Mario. I watch a lot of these looks, and the more I do it, the better I get, I feel. So I'm just gonna go in and just add some more just to bring that intensity of the brown. Just tap it upwards because we want that shape. Take a little bit more for the second eye and just get in there. Next, I like to go in with my second brush. I actually use 4 brushes, not 3. Second brush, which is quite flat because it's gonna give me that look that I want. And then I go in with a darker shade of brown. I like to mix this too because it's gonna give that very dark, smoky look. So I like to just take a bit of that and take a bit of that and just tap it. And then I'm gonna go in to the outer corner of my eye and just tap. You wanna start from this direction upwards because you really wanna define your crease. It's gonna create like a little bit of a darker shadow, so it's, you know, perfect. So using the same brush, I like to go in with the same shades, just a mixture of that, and then just go into the inner corner of my eyes. You can see I've done it for this one, so it creates a more shadowy look. So I'm just gonna go in and tapping here again. Go in there, but like when you're tapping, tap towards the direction of your crease, so upwards. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna tap, and then don't worry about the blending. We're gonna do it with a different brush. This is not a blending brush. Just want to create that really intense brown shade. And then I like to like go with the same shade and just right below my eyes, just to create that brownie effect. Very lightly in there. It's gonna look really, really good. So now I like to go in with a different brush just to blend it out. You want to avoid the center part of your eye because we want that part a little bit light for a highlighter. Now we're just gonna blend it. Blend, blend, blend. That's the trick. Whenever you're feeling like, oh my god, it's not looking so good, or it's too much, or something went wrong, just blend it out and it will all be good. The trick to a very good smoky eye is the eye pencil, and I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay waterproof long-lasting eye pencil. The trick is to go with it on your eyelid. So I like to pull my face just a little upward and then just kind of like draw on the eyelid, because it doesn't have to be a perfect line because we're gonna blend it out. So the trick is to just draw on it and then we're gonna blend it out. So I'm just gonna lightly draw that and then we're gonna blend it out together. It's really hard for some people to say, oh my god, I'm crying. I can't. I've done this so many times. I don't cry. Okay, now that that's drawn, as you can see, it's a very rough line. It's not really perfect. I'm gonna go in with this small brush and just blend it upwards without touching the tip of the eyelid. So something like a very rough, nice blend. If you're finding it difficult to blend, just hold the tip of your eye, something like that, and just blend. If I wasn't talking to you guys, I would normally be listening to very loud music, which I think is really healthy for me, but I just love music. I cannot imagine a world without Spotify at the moment. What were we doing? What were we using? Was it SoundCloud? Anyways, as you can see, I'm gonna just blend that in, and it's just gonna give it a very smoky, daring look. Once that is blended out, I like to go in with the same Urban Decay and just outline the tip of the bottom lid of the eye. So I like to do this sometimes because I have powder there, so it's easy to draw. And then just outline the tip lightly. And then we're gonna blend it out all evenly, okay? As you can see, there's a very nice shadow to it. Now to give it an even more fuller look, we are going to use the Urban Decay palette. I love the colors. These are my colors, to be honest. I hardly use orange or green, or these very bright rainbow colors are not really for me. I really like neutral colors. And as you can see, I have been using them quite a lot. And these have names, so we're gonna go with the color Undone because it has a very dark effect to it. And we're gonna go with a different brush and then just tap a little bit of that. Remember to pat the brush to avoid the fallout, and then we're going to just go into the shadow and then just blend it, just to make that even more darker effect on the eye. Just take a little bit more. I'm currently working on my Instagram makeup page. As you can see, it's really hard to like balance Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, but the good thing is that don't let anybody tell you that it's not possible. In the word impossible is the word I am possible, so everything is possible. Make sure you surround yourself with people who are ready to listen to your ideas and tell you when, how, where should we make the appointments, what time. You know, everything is possible. In the word impossible is the word I am possible. Making sure you surround yourself with a lot of positivity is really important for your work, especially as an artist. And that's what's, you know, brought me to who I am today, actually. I'm really grateful for my boyfriend because we are working together a lot in a lot of towards a common goal, and it feels really good and very empowering because this is not the last step. This is, we're gonna do better. The more you do something, the better you become at it. So I'm just gonna, as you can see, just create that shadow. So now I'm just gonna go in with the same brush and just create that a little bit of more shadow towards the corner of the eye as well. And now we're gonna finally blend it with another completely new brush to just blend out the colors completely. But now you have that smoky look. I have just dusted off the powder, and I'm just gonna blend it really nicely along the eyeshadow. Just dust it off. And then I'm gonna go in with the bronzer and just highlight the contour once again. I like to do that, especially after powder, because it just highlights the face. Powder tends to like mattify it, so just going in with the contour again gives that definition. Okay, so next we're going to, I curled my lashes already, and next we're gonna go and apply mascara. Okay. I'm gonna go in with my favorite DIOR mascara because of its volume. It's amazing. I just love a very voluminous mascara. So I'm just gonna go in there and just brush my lashes upward. I've curled them already. After that, I'm gonna use these lashes from the brand Ori. I really love very natural looking lashes without the very thick eyelid. So I'm just gonna apply the mascara and glue the lashes, and then we're gonna finish off with the eyes. So now I'm just gonna finish off the eye with this Revolution palette. I'm gonna go with this shade here and just tap on the center corner of my eye very lightly, just to give that light effect on the center corner of the eye. And I like to go in just below the eyebrow as well, just to give that, you know, very defined blend of the eye. I'm gonna finish off with my Dior blush. I think the shade is rouge 962 Poison Matte. I really love a good blush. And then I'm gonna brush it upwards towards my chin. I've actually started learning how to use this brush, the one that comes with the blush itself, and it's quite nice actually. And I'm gonna blend it really well with a different brush, and then I'm gonna just go and tap a little bit on my nose. Now I'm gonna go in with Rare Beauty highlighter. I got it from Sephora, and I really like this shade because before I used to use a very gold shade and I felt like it didn't really match with my skin. So I like to go with this brush because it's designed in a way that lets you highlight your face in a certain direction that I really like. So I just tap a bit and then I just kind of like go. I don't like to put a lot because sometimes it comes off as a very bright highlighter. It could look good on camera, especially like on flash, but I wouldn't recommend putting too much. So you can just brush it off like that. It just finishes off the look really nicely. And then I like to take a little bit of that and highlight right below my eyebrow, right at the center of my nose, the tip of my lip. Lastly, I'm gonna finish with the lip, and I'm gonna just outline my lip using these two different shades of brown. I'm gonna just outline it and then mattify my lip because I feel like the look needs a very mattified lip. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.